The Green Socialist Tories are at it again. Inside the Tory party and at the heart of the government, there is a newish lobby group, Green lobby group, formed by some Tory activists and Tory members who are pushing for the extreme green agenda, the COP26 net zero movement. And it's no longer just about pushing for policies. They're now influencing our education system and our schools. This is quite fascinating because this is the Nadim Zahawi, government minister with the sign "I'm an eco-Tory," whatever that means. They're now trying to basically create a situation where our kids, our children at school, are being taught a politicized topic, based a GCSE subject based on the green agenda. Now they're hiding it behind a softer words, like I've got a term, a history, well, natural history GCSEs, and it's a new topic that's going to be teaching kids how we have, I don't know, 6 hours to live, 8 months to live, 2 weeks to save the planet, and 5 days to save the NHS, I guess. I don't know. And the issue I have is that not only they're politicizing this topic in our schools, because children, and just generally speaking, education system should systemically be objective. It should be everything should be objective based on any topic, whether it's science, whether it's history, whether it's geography. Everything should be questioned. So I have no problem with actually talking about it if they are going to be teaching these sort of things based on the broad topic. But that's not going to be the case because it's been advocated by one side, a biased side, who've already decided what the truth is, their truth. And the other issue I have is that they are creating a party inside the Tory party. They call themselves the Conservative Environment Network. And now, in their press releases, on their website and everywhere else, they call themselves CEN Instead of Conservative MPs, they are Conservative Environment Network MPs. So you got Caroline Ansell, Siobhan Bailey, and Sally Ann Hart, and many others who are now pushing for this. It's quite weird. I don't think it should be like this. I don't think we should have a situation where the education system has been advocated directly and openly by a biased side. Because until now, we know the education system is not perfect. And we know that we have political biased teachers inside the schools. But we never saw a situation like this where they are quite openly and proudly pushing for an agenda. That's the problem I have. But there is a bit of a hope. Because, just a little bit of hope. Because there is also a movement inside the Tory party that's pushing the government to counter it and to counter the whole agenda. Because we have the net zero stuff coming up, and we have the cost of living crisis, the energy security crisis. We are winning some battles when it comes to actually having a debate about extracting gas, about having smaller, cheaper, safer nuclear stations. And there is now, as Guido says, the cost-conscious conservatives are considering to cancel the climate levy, the green tax. And our Chancellor is going to be forced, hopefully, to be forced to cancel. It's actually at least on the table as an option. So that's very good. Now, on this issue, we have a special guest, Harry Wilkinson from the Net Zero Watch group that are pushing against this agenda. Harry, are we at least winning, at least to an extent?
Well, I think the debate is ongoing. We're not quite there yet. I wouldn't say we're winning, but I think we're seeing small signs that the government's starting to recognise that actually it needs baseload capacity. Unreliable renewables are not going to cut it for an industrialised economy like the UK at the moment. And just seeing the reaction of the Greens, actually, this latest strategy by the government saw an upping of the wind target from 40 gigawatts to 50 gigawatts. But that wasn't enough for the Greens. Nothing is ever enough for these radical Greens who had a complete hissy fit that the government had just what they saw as made a huge error, and this wasn't enough, and they were throwing their toys out the pram, but they hadn't got everything they wanted. But I think there's still a obsession with government around renewables. They're still pushing ahead with their wind plans. They're also recognizing that there needs to be a few more licensing rounds for oil and gas, and that they're now reviewing the moratorium, the shale gas moratorium. So that could be an interesting step, could be a positive step if that's followed up with a decision to end this completely pointless moratorium on shale gas,
Mm-hmm.
that could be a positive development. But at the moment, it's baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
But even those baby steps have been enough for the Greens to completely sort of lose their heads about.
Well, thank you very much. That was Harry Wilkinson from the Net Zero Watch. We're going to come back with more news updates for you guys throughout the day. So subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi and we are the media.